Have you ever noticed that your clients, your team, your peers, or even strangers somehow always find their way to your door when everything falls apart? Like you've been quietly appointed the person in charge who has all the solutions, and you're not entirely sure when that happened or how to stop carrying the weight of it? That's because, as a 5-1 profile in human design, you carry a powerful energy, that of saviors and generals. Your energy is very seductive, and it's the most projected upon in all of the profiles in the human design system. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why others are so drawn to you, why the projections happen and how to spot them, and how to leverage this natural leadership energy in your business. First, I'll break down the 5-1 profile, what profile in human design actually is, why it matters so much more than people realize, as well as the patterns you'll instantly recognize in yourself. And if you stick around to the end, I'll reveal why this profile carries one of the most powerful yet misunderstood gifts in the entire human design system. First, let me explain what profile is in human design and why it's the part of your design that's especially important to how you operate in business. Your profile is essentially your costume in this life. It's the role you're here to play and how other people experience you. I like to say, think of your type as what vehicle you're driving, your strategy as how you drive it, and your profile as who's behind the wheel. It shapes your personality, your learning style, how you relate to others, and how you move through the world. Your profile is made up of two numbers, in this case, the 5 and the 1, and each one carries a distinct energy that influences how you show up. Knowing and understanding your profile in your human design is so important because most entrepreneurs are building their businesses based on someone else's energetic genius without even knowing it. An example of this could look like following strategies designed for loud, personal brands when their design is built for quiet, magnetic authority. Or it could be someone who's told to post content everywhere when their design works through very selective but high impact visibility. And that's where I come in. And if you're new to my channel, I'm Rochelle, and I help entrepreneurs like you become magnetic in your business by showing you exactly how you're meant to lead, be visible, and create enormous amounts of success by being your authentic self and leveraging your human design. Profile is one of the juiciest parts of your design because when you understand your profile, your role, your character, you stop forcing yourself to operate in a way that creates resistance, and you start fully stepping into the role you came here to play. And you start truly creating the impact you're here to have on the world. So let's start with your conscious line, the 5 line. In human design, when we say it falls on the conscious side of your chart, this means this energy sits on the personality side. It's the energy you're most aware of, and it's absolutely how others experience you, sometimes before you've even said a word. The 5th line is called the heretic, but I prefer to call it the practical visionary. This is how you naturally show up in the world, how people receive you, and why everyone projects enormous expectations onto you, sometimes before they even know you. Here's the thing about the 5th line that no one warns you about, though. People look at you and they see their savior, their solution, the person who's going to fix what they couldn't fix themselves. You walk into a room and people sense something in you, a capacity, a capability, a power, and they immediately want it to be for them. This is called the projection field, and it's both your greatest gift and your greatest challenge. Many people that have a 5 line in the profile struggle with this projection field. You don't understand why in one moment, everyone thinks you're great and they're constantly seeking you out, and the next you're being ignored, shunned, or the worst case scenario, your reputation is being dragged through the mud suddenly and you have no idea why, as you've just been going along, doing what you've always done and living your life. This is why it's so essential for you to know this part of your energy field and how to deal with these projections when they come. And the best way to deal with it is to be very discerning about what problems you want to solve for people and what kinds of solutions you want to offer. Saying yes to every call for help is only going to burn you out and disappoint those who were expecting their superhero, you, to come in and save the day when you simply don't have the capacity to be everything to everyone. As a 5 line, you will also feel the need to withdraw your energy from the world when that projection field feels too heavy, and this is healthy for you to do. Being available to everyone all the time is not what you were made for. You are meant to be called upon by others to solve a problem, and once you decide you want to offer a solution to that problem, you are meant to deliver it and then retreat. This is what will keep your energy field healthy and not have others expecting so much from you all the time. In business, this can be an incredible asset for you if you use this energy correctly. You are a natural leader, and people are drawn to you not only because they sense you carry practical solutions, but there's an air of authority about you as well, and you have this without even trying. Your business grows when you show up as the person who delivers on the promise or the transformation you said you would give them. You are not here to chase clients. You're here to be so undeniably yourself that the right people are magnetized to you and are already half convinced you have what they need before the conversation even starts. The key for a five line in business, as I mentioned previously, is selectivity and reputation. Because people project onto you so intensely, when you deliver, they become your most loyal advocates. When you overpromise, show up inconsistently, or agree to help them with something that's outside of your lane, the fall is steep, and your fans will rip you off the pedestal they put you on without a moment's thought. Your reputation is your most valuable business asset. Protect it like it's everything because for you, it is. Now, here are some common five-line patterns you might recognize. People you barely know come to you with their biggest problems, somehow convinced you have the answer. You've perhaps been put in leadership roles you didn't ask for in the past and somehow pulled them off. When you don't unknowingly live up to someone's projection of you, their disappointment feels somewhat like rejection that came out of nowhere. You're deeply practical and grounded. You don't just want the theory, you want what actually works. You've learned to be very careful about who you let close because not everyone can handle your power, or in other words, the real you. And this last one is a big one. You sometimes feel like people don't really see you. They see the version of you they need you to be or want you to be. And here's the reframe your five line needs to hear. This projection field is not a burden. It's a broadcast signal. You were designed to be seen as the solution, the authority. And when you've done the work to actually be the solution, that projection becomes the most powerful marketing tool you never had to pay for. The world is full of people screaming for attention. You don't scream, you simply are, and the right people feel it. Now let's look at your one line, the investigator. This falls on the unconscious side of your chart, which means this energy might be something you aren't overly aware of in yourself, but others definitely notice it, and it's equally as important and powerful as your five line. The one line as the investigator is all about foundational knowledge, the part of you that needs to go deep into something before you go wide. You are not someone who can skim the surface of a subject, deliver it, and feel good about it. You need to research, study, understand, and build a rock-solid base of knowledge before you feel secure enough to share, teach, or lead someone through it. In business, you are the person people trust because they can sense how deeply you know your craft. They know that you're the expert because they see you are willing to go so much deeper into things than most people. And when you speak, you can speak to the many layers beneath it, often speaking deeply to the why something is the way that it is, rather than the how. The one-line authority is quiet. It comes from how deep you are willing to take someone. And for a five-line who is already being projected onto as the solution, the one-line foundation is what makes sure you can actually deliver on that promise. The one thing to really watch out for with this one line in your profile is constantly feeling like you don't know enough yet in order to help or teach someone else. This is the shadow side of your one-line energy, and if you let it, it will keep you hidden and insecure and missing out on opportunities to share your knowledge and really help someone else. So here are some common one-line patterns you might recognize. You've fallen down research rabbit holes that lasted hours, days, or weeks. You don't feel comfortable talking about something until you really know it. And when you feel insecure, your first instinct is to go and learn more, sometimes to the point of over-preparing. You've been called an expert by others, but hesitate to claim that word for yourself. And you secretly lose respect for people who teach things they clearly only understand at a surface level. So here's what your one line needs to hear. You already know more than most simply because you are the investigator. You automatically think people crave knowledge and research things at the level that you do, but trust me, they don't. The world is full of people who learn something by piecemealing together random content they consumed on Monday and are selling a course about it by Friday. That is not you, and that's a good thing. Your depth and integrity in your knowledge base is what makes you credible. The key is learning to feel the difference between, I feel like I genuinely need to know more before I serve someone fully, and I just need to take one more course in order to feel secure. Because as a one line, you almost certainly already know more than most people ever will about your subject, simply because you have the desire and the discipline to go deeper than most people are willing to go. Now, let's bring these two lines together because this is where it gets really powerful. The 5-1 is someone who carries the depth of a true investigator and the magnetic pull of a natural leader. You build unshakable foundations of knowledge, and then you mold that knowledge into solutions in such an authoritative way that makes people thank God that someone like you has finally come along. In business as a 5-1, you are meant to build authority through genuine expertise, depth, and consistency, not hype or trend chasing. Let your reputation do the heavy lifting for you. Your track record and testimonials are your best marketing tactic. Be intentional about visibility. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be undeniable when you choose to show up. Create offers that feel good and easy for you to deliver on the promise. Practical, transformational, and grounded in real knowledge. Protect your energy fiercely and be discerning about who you let into your world. Not everyone who is drawn to your projection field is meant to be in your inner circle, because initially, everyone is drawn to your seductive projection field. You are not here to be the loudest voice in the room. You're here to be the one people point to and say, that person changed everything for me. And when you show up with the full weight of your one-line knowledge behind you and can easily deliver on the solutions you promised, that is exactly what happens. Now, as promised, here's why the 5-1 profile is particularly extraordinary in the human design system. The 5-1 has the most universalizing potential of all the 12 profiles, meaning you are designed specifically to have encounters with others that can be deeply important and potentially beneficial for both you and them. You are here to deal with and clean up karma, and you are here to essentially be a stranger of consequence for those you come into contact with. You are designed to touch the lives of everyone you meet, whether it's a quick chance encounter or a relationship that's long-term. Your energy can be frequently misunderstood as being a savior for everyone, when the reality of that is you're still human, and you can't be everything to everyone. No one can. So it's really essential that you yourself understand the problems you want to solve for people and the solutions that you want to provide. And you set clear and strong boundaries with those that want more from you. This alone is what's going to keep your energy clear, your authority intact, and your reputation respected. And I know at this point that message is getting repetitive, but it's so important that you as a 5-1 really understands how your profile works, because that projection field can be confusing and sometimes difficult to navigate. The founder of human design, Ra Uru, who was also a 5-1, by the way, has famously said, "The hopes and dreams of humanity rest on the shoulders of a 5th line." And if that sounds daunting, it can be, or it can just be the thing you need to hear in order to step fully into your power as a 5-1 and be the influential leader and problem solver we all desperately need right now. Now, this video gave you a pretty good overview of your 5-1 profile, but how it plays out in your specific life and business depends on the rest of your chart. Your type, your authority, your defined and undefined centers, all of that shapes how your 5-1 energy actually expresses itself. So if you want to understand how your full design works together, not just the profile, but the whole picture, I do private one-on-one readings where we map your unique chart to your business and your life. The link for that business reading is in the description below, and together we'll look at your entire design, and through that, you'll gain the clarity and permission you need to let go of all the conditioning, and I'll help guide you towards how to step into your human design and use it as your secret advantage in your business. Also, please hit the like and subscribe button to keep the channel growing, and so that you never miss another video about your design. I'll see you in the next one.